Inland Sports.
Final week of the preseason, so we're almost to the real stuff.
Yep. We're getting there.
You know, and they are meaningful games, these final games of the preseason for the NFL. I mean, because guys are trying to win jobs. We know who the starters are going to be, right? We know who the stars are. But a lot of these backup guys, the guys on special teams or whatnot. So I actually feel like the final game of the preseason, pretty competitive. I mean, they're flying around. It's action-packed because these guys have a paycheck on the line. Their jobs are on the line.
That is the one positive of preseason is you get to watch the young kids. You know what I mean? That is the one thing that I do like about preseason.
Yeah, if you're tuning in to see Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, or listen, you're not going to see those guys. No, you're not going to see them. But if you want to see some great competitive football, because again, their livelihood is at stake.
This is essentially reality TV at its finest. You're watching guys within this 3-hour game compete for a job.
Exactly, and it's awesome. Did you guys hear about this real quick before we dive deeper in the NFL? And maybe 40 did because he's an Eagles fan. That Carly Lloyd, who is a U.S. women's soccer star, kicked I think it was 55-yard field goal.
55 yards with ease.
At an Eagles practice.
And it was even a more narrow goalpost. It was a training goalpost.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, she nailed it. Drilled it.
I'm just saying, there's a couple NFL teams reportedly, has interest in reaching out to her. I don't know.
I saw that. I think she said she would be open for it. So I think it's something that might happen.
Now, I have not seen video of this, but someone said that she ran up on it and kicked it like a place kick, a kickoff to a game or something like that. So it wasn't like a true field goal attempt.
I don't know.
Yeah, you get less steps with a field goal attempt than you do a kickoff.
Maybe a slight crow hop into it, but I mean, to me, she kicked the crap out of it. It did not look like it was like as hard as she could.
Right.
She did it pretty smoothly and easily.
That's the thing that I think is getting everybody. Is she kind of did it like a golf swing. It was nice and easy, and the ball just went flying.
And it wasn't like she ran up from 10 yards away. She took maybe 7 steps. And I mean, is that more than normal? Maybe that's one more than normal.
Yeah, what's a field goal, 2.5?
If you do that in a field goal, you're getting it blocked every time.
I think she's shorter. She has shorter legs. She has to take more steps to get there.
Maybe, but you don't have a lot of time to get that ball off on a field goal.
It gets blocked quick.
Anyways, keep your eyes on that.
Necessary roughness, dude.
Yeah, Kathy Ireland,
Well, baby.
I'll take that.
Mommy snapping the ball.
All right, we got more NFL to get to. College football as well. It's all brought to you by Matheson Gas, the gas professional. So if you need gas, you got a local business here in the Inland Empire, maybe just for your backyard, for your grill. They got all your gas needs. Welding supplies. They've got your cooling supplies. I think it's going to hit over 100, 104 this weekend in certain parts of the IE. So go hit them up at Matheson Gas, Rancho Cucamonga, Fontana, and Riverside, and online at mathesongas.com. So here's your final NFL preseason games for I'll call them our local teams. We got Rams and Texans.
Okay.
No starters there. The Rams haven't played their starters all preseason. Chargers, 49ers. And we've got Raiders and a team called the Seahawks out of Seattle.
Ooh.
So
you get to watch that on Hard Knocks, the final episode.
That's all right. There, you got an extra reason to watch, right? See what's saying about the Seahawks.
And it won't be an 80-yard field.
That was a disaster in Canada, wasn't it?
That was a disaster, man. They had to change the field. They can't have a hole in the field. The Packers doctors were like, no.
Yeah.
Shut it down. Mexico City, now Canada. What's next?
Yeah, in the NFL, it's such this huge business, right? You think something like the size of a field or field conditions wouldn't slip past them. We saw this at the Hall of Fame game a couple of years ago where the field was unplayable.
Especially when it's sport turf and stuff, too. I would think that they have the sport turf down to a science, but it seems that they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these international games is where the NFL is messing up because the Mexico game last year didn't happen because of field conditions. Now they go up to Canada, field conditions.
You
it's
know
like,
what?
if you're going to do these out of the country, you have to really make sure they're dialed in.
You know what's finding out, too? I think this sport turf, it wears out and it needs to be replaced and stuff, I think is what they're finding out. It doesn't just last forever.
You're exactly right. You'd have to find someone smarter than me to tell you exactly how they do it, but they do have these... they're almost like concussion tests. Like they go out there and they test the turf after so many years, and they let you know, hey, you probably got one more season on this, or this is unplayable. It's too hard. The turf is worn out too much. They actually have these tests they can perform on the turf. But yeah, it was 80 yards. The field goals at the front of the end zone, all this wacky stuff they do in Canada, and they get up there and they're like, huh? There's Aaron Rodgers in his Canadian tuxedo, doesn't know what to do.
No kickoff, though, so the NFL was happy.
Yeah, that could be a real thing in the NFL someday, right? Could be a real rule.
Yeah.
College football, actually it starts tonight for local fans because UCLA is taking on Cincinnati tonight.
Nice.
Chip Kelly, year number 2 with the Bruins, trying to turn things around. By all accounts, UCLA should be pretty good this year, they're saying.
So we're looking at a better year for UCLA.
It sounds like they turned a corner.
Okay.
And USC is going to kick off this Saturday. They're at home against Fresno State. The no, man. Listen, that's one of those trap games.
You think that's going to be bad for SC?
The Bulldogs, man, they are sneaky good. Fresno State is not an easy out. So for USC at home, they had so much turmoil. All last season, all off season, is Clay Helton coming back? They underperformed. What's wrong with USC?
Right.
To lose to a team that they should beat, even though I have a lot of respect for Fresno State, but they should beat the Bulldogs. If they lose that one at home, it's going to get ugly fast.
So if they don't come out ready to play this season, they can get hit in the mouth real quick.
I think so. I mean, they're already talking about Urban Meyer maybe coming in at some point to be the head coach.
Okay, let's do that. Whatever we got to do to make that happen, let's do that. Tank, do whatever.
Yes, let's be successful.
And I'm still in someone else's take, but they said, listen, think of LA right now. The sports in the Los Angeles, Southern California area are the best we've ever seen.
Oh, we've got some of the best athletes in the world on our teams.
Dodgers are off the hook right now.
Yeah,
Lakers got star power. The Clippers now have star power.
Right.
We got the best player in baseball, Mike Trout.
Even if you want to go
Chargers,
soccer,
Rams.
our 2 soccer teams are the best players in the world. I mean, it's great.
And UCLA and USC football are just trying to fight for a slice of the pie in Southern California. It's like, what do you do to make a big splash? If you're not playing well, people are not going to care because there's so many other great teams that they can follow.
I guess it is crazy. We've never had that in the past. Where
Isn't it
USC
insane
and UCLA
right now?
are the down teams.
Yes.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with the Rams and Chargers in LA giving us, NFL football here in Southern California, kind of stole a little bit of their thunder because they used to be the football teams here. So, but there's a lot going on right now. A lot of good sports in SoCal, so they're fighting for it. A little bit closer to home in the Inland Empire, Julio Urias of the Dodgers rehabbing tonight with the Quakes.
Okay.
Nice.
So there's some thought out there that he could be the new closer for Kenley Jansen, or maybe the setup man with Joe Kelly, but he's coming back from an injury, rehabbing. He's scheduled to be with the Quakes tonight. So if you're a Dodgers fan and you want to see what the postseason might look like, head out to the Coop tonight. Rancho Cucamonga, Julio Urias on the bump.
There you go.
And finally, Kobe and Shaq, their beef.
Oh, man.
Did you guys see this or read about this?
Oh, I've seen it.
Yep.
So they reignited it. I guess Kobe did an interview. Long story short, he basically said if Shaq would have took basketball more serious, put more time in the gym, they would have won like 12 championships.
Right.
And at the end of the day, though, they said, hey, the beef is over. It's nothing but love. No worries.
Did you see Shaq's response back?
His parting shot with Dwight?
He's like, oh, no. Even that, his response back to Kobe, he took a shot at Kobe, too, saying, hey, you would have had 12 rings if you would have passed the ball more.
Well, there's that, too, right? And then there was a follow-up to that follow-up.
And then they both decided to, make amends and both hate on Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they're like, Shaq said, oh, I thought you were talking about Dwight.
Right. That's kind of the weird thing. They shot at each other, and then they decided, okay, let's be friends and let's make fun of Dwight.
Yeah.
It is like brothers.
It is, right?
They really are like brothers. Pep, tell them how to get your stuff.
Inland Sports right now. Dial us up on the Inland Sports YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook. We're going real deep on high school football right now as we go into week 1 of the season.
Inland Sports.